Welcome back to the Todd Durkin Impact Show, the podcast dedicated to lighting you up with inspiration, motivating you to be better in all areas of your life, and igniting action inside of you so that you can ultimately create more impact in this world that so desperately needs you. On every Impact Show, we dive into mindset, health set, leadership, and something personal so that I can coach you to be the very best version of yourself. With that, it's time to dive into today's Impact Show episode. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Yeah, you know who it is. That's right, Dark 30, and it's time for the podcast. And today is going to be absolutely epic. Why? Well, because I'm feeling a little fire. A little fire. As a matter of fact, in just a moment, I want to share a little bit of thoughts and feelings with you today on what it's going to take to flip the switch. And have a little time for a turnaround. If you're in a winning season or losing season, well, it's time for a turnaround season as well. And I want to make sure that we're all excelling at the best. So in just a moment, we're going to have a little mantra, a little talk, me and you, mano a mano. And then I'm going to dive on into 7 questions that y'all dropped, and I can't wait to answer these questions because we have some great questions, and they're on mindset, they're on business, they're on leadership, they're on training, you name it. We got some great questions coming in. So I'm going to turn around my hat. I'm going to turn it around. We're going to get on fire because I'm going to spit a little fire at you in just a moment. So without further ado, it's time to flip the switch because it's time for a turnaround season. Here we go. Let's go. Today's your day. Today's your day because it's time for a turnaround. Today is the day you flip the switch. It's National Flip the Switch Day. That's right. As you listening today, it's Flip the Switch Day. And if that's you right now, say flip the switch. As a matter of fact, repeat after me for these next few minutes. Say flip the switch because it's time for a turnaround season. Yeah, that's you, my friends. I'm going to drop some dimes here for you today so you can flip the switch and win today. Because when we win today, we win the week, we win the week, we win the month, we win the quarter, we win the year. You win the year, you win the decades, and then you win life. And that's what it's all about, is winning the life. Can you tell I'm a little fired up today? Good. Because right now, as we listen today, it's time to flip the switch. Matter of fact, I got 7 things. Count them out. Ready? Number 1, action creates clarity. We must take action today. If you're looking to flip the switch, we got to take action on something that's going to lead you closer to where you ultimately want to go. So where is it you want to go? My friend, today, take action. If you don't know, don't stand in deliberation, do nothing. Let's get some action taken care of because action will help you create clarity. That's number 1. Number 2, fail forward. If you take action because action creates clarity. Number 2, fail forward. Hey, listen, failing's not a loss. It's a lesson. Let's not be afraid to fail. Why is it that so many people today are afraid to fail? Is it because what they're going to say on Instagram? Because people are going to judge you? Hey, let you in on a little secret here. They're going to judge you regardless of what you do. Whether you win or whether you lose. People now are so critical. So don't worry about failing and don't worry about winning. Just keep taking action and failing forward or winning forward. Just keep getting better. Better. Failing's not a loss, it's a lesson. And if you're in a failing season right now, winners and champions have losing seasons. If it's a losing season, get up, wipe the dust off yourself, and let's get back to it so that we can get back into winning. Does that make sense? If so, say yes. Good, I heard y'all. Fail forward. Number 3, habits. You're as good as your habits. Habits, I say, habits. Yep, when I talk about perfect practice produces peak performance, practice, yeah, we talk in practice, habits. So the question I ask you as I coach you here right now in this mindset little clip is this, what habits do you need to double down on and what habits do you need to get rid of? Only you know that. When no one's watching, the integrity, doing what is right when no one's watching, what are the habits that you must do more of? And what are the ones you need to do less of? Only you know that, because number 4 is discipline leads to freedom. Discipline leads to freedom. Don't listen to your feelings. Your feelings are going to lead you to want to be comfortable. That will make you soft. By doing so, they're going to make you want to eat junk food and drink garbage and just be complacent and not be hungry to get to the next level. We're going to need you to have the discipline that's going to lead you to the freedom that you desire, because every single one of us wants the freedom to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. But that takes discipline, that takes consistency, and that takes great habits. So 3 is habits, 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 double down. But number 4, when it comes to flipping the switch, is discipline leads to freedom. Number 5, solve more problems. Solve more problems. Well, flipping the switch means, what problems am I going to solve today? And maybe it's 1, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 10. Maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a trainer. Solve people's problems. The more problems you solve, it's going to flip your switch. And you're like, hey man, I'm feeling good. I'm helping somebody out. This is a good thing. So whose problems can you solve today? How can you be an expert problem solver? Because when you do that, all of a sudden, things start getting some momentum going. Momentum leads to more happiness, more money, more everything. Momentum. So get momentum in your life, my friends. Solve more problems. Number 6, let doubt, fear, or even sometimes hate fuel you. Fuel you. Let it fuel your fire, baby. Like when I'm talking about doubt and fear, you all are going to have a little doubt and a little fear. Let it put a little spark inside of you so you can flip the switch, so you can have that turnaround season. If you're a little scared, you're like, man, I'm getting my butt kicked. I'm in a losing season right now. I'm telling you, get around the right people. Get around the people who are going to fire you up. Listen to the messages that are going to fire you up and say, man, I'm going to go conquer this weight. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to take action on that, and watch what happens. Let doubt, fear, and even hate fuel you. Because guess what? Sometimes the louder they hate, the closer they're watching. Let me repeat that. Sometimes the louder they hate, the closer they're watching. So if any of you maybe have a hater or two, they're watching. They're watching. Let's not just focus on them, but let's focus on the winners. Focus on the supporters and the encouragers, because sometimes you got to make sure you can prove the winners right. The people who are supporting and encouraging you right too. So, hey, let the haters and the doubters hate and let them doubt. But if that's you today, I'm going to say, let it fuel you. Let it fuel the turnaround. Let it fuel for you to flip that switch, my friends. And lastly, number 7 is this. Recite, get your mind right. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Today, as we say, flip the switch, that mental mindset, flip the switch. Regardless of the season you're in, whether you're at a high or a low lows, we've all been at the top and we've all been at the bottom. Let's make sure today we flip the switch, that you get your mind right. You get your mind right and you do what you got to do. Take the action. Continue to move forward, whether it's failing or succeeding. Fail forward, succeed forward. Clean up those habits. And remember that discipline leads to freedom. Continue to solve more problems and let doubt, fear, or even hate fuel you. Today's a great day to get your mind right. Go out there, flip the switch. As a matter of fact, say it with me right now. Flip the switch. Put your name in there. Insert your name. Flip the switch, Todd. Flip the switch. Flip the switch. Because today is time for a turnaround. All right, welcome back to the Impact Show. This is Todd Durkin. I'm still here. You're probably sweating up a storm after listening to a little bit of that fire being spit between flipping the switch and time for a turnaround season. So if you're in the middle of a workout right now and you're feeling it, I want you to keep on pushing. If you're just listening in, don't worry. I'm going to keep bringing the heat, because in just a moment, we have some amazing questions that came in that were stemming from my recent retreat here in San Diego. First off, I want to make sure that I wish all of you moms a happy Mother's Day, which as this comes out was just yesterday. So moms, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for all that you do, moms. A bittersweet Mom's Day for me, because as many of you, my friends here in the podcast know, I recently lost my mom, Mama Durkin, and celebrated her celebration of life down in Florida 2 weeks ago. And thank you, each and every one of you, for all of your cards, text, DMs, messages, man. So much love, so much support. And I'm going to have an upcoming talk on legacy and what it means as well. But man, I hope all you moms had a great, great Mother's Day. And dads, get ready. Next month in June, we got Papa's Day on this. But moms, you deserve all the love. Thank you for all you mothers out there. I wanted to share today some Q&A. Why? Because last week, as I record this, represented the dichotomy of life, with the celebration of life for my mom on a Tuesday and then coming home and having a retreat with a small intimate group of 20 folks from my platinum level, my high level mastermind group. It was just an awesome, awesome time to really share in so many good things and celebrations. But it went from kind of a low, even though it was a celebration, but it was my mom's ultimate being laid to rest, onto a retreat. And at the retreat, one of the things that we had was they had the opportunity to ask me some Q&A. So that's what today is all about. I'm going to dive right into these questions because we had some great questions that they wrote up, and I told them I would share these on the podcast. So first one I'm going to for the podcast today for us all comes from Mike Hansen, and Mike's in Irvine, California, a wonderful fit pro, specializes in golf. The name of his business is Hansen Fitness for Golf. And he asked, when it comes to training in the trenches, Todd, what most inspires you these days? It's where you started. You don't have to continue to do that, but why do you still do it? Well, Mike, actually, I still do need to do it. I need to do it because I love it. And when I don't do it, I'm not feeling complete. If that makes any sense, I'm not feeling fulfilled. And I've had seasons where I'm not training as much, or I'm not training at all because I'm working on a book or I'm expanding something here or there, and I'm not training. But I realize that's part of my divine uniqueness, is like when I'm coaching, nothing else matters. I don't know if anyone can relate to that. If training or coaching, that's what you love to do. I love when there's a crowd of people and we're training and we're getting after it and we're pushing ourselves and we're talking smack and we're trying to get better. Like, that's what I love to do. And it energizes me. It truly energizes me. As I give more energy to others, it energizes me. And I also realize this, that when you say you don't have to do it anymore, I really value when someone says, dang, I feel so much better now. Like after a workout, when someone says that, it makes me feel like I'm doing my purpose. I'm living my purpose. And I realize this is that training ultimately is the gateway to change a life. It's what changes lives. Training helps change lives, because when you're training and you push yourself and you've let out stress and you become euphoric and you become exhilarated, now your mind is flowing and your biochemistry has changed. Because if you want to change your psychological state, you change your physiological state. When you change your physiological state, you change your psychological state. And by doing so, now all of a sudden, this is the best time to journal or to write or share your dreams and aspirations. And this is just the start of how you can then step into the next iteration for you. And it's not just the pro athletes. Guys, I train a lot of everyday people. Heck, I still teach a Wednesday night class here at the gym. I'm teaching Wednesday nights. These are folks, and everyday fitness enthusiasts looking to get better. Moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas, young athletes. It doesn't matter. These people are on that quest. I love that. I always have. I probably always will. But Mike, that's why I do that. And then the other thing is this, I'd say, is in my career, even in the mastermind group, I coach other trainers and fitness business owners. And I always tell people this: find someone who's been there, done that, and still doing it. Like, you don't want to be a has-been. Like, oh, he used to do that. She used to do that. Or he used to be this, or she used to be that, or he's the former. You don't want to be a former anything. You want to be doing it. And even if you have a lot of experience doing it, for me as a coach, and those who I do more of the life coaching, business coaching with in the mastermind and to executives and all, it's like, yeah, I have done that. I've been through a lot and I'm still doing it. Why? Because like you, I have dreams and aspirations. It's one of the questions coming up is like, it can't stop until the day I die and the day you die, you're going to have aspirations, right? So for me, Mike, that's why I do what I do. And it ultimately comes down to do more of the things you love to do more of the things that make you divinely unique, and do more things that are your North Star. When you can define what your North Star is and you do more of it, you're going to be more happy, you're going to be more successful, you can impact more lives, and everything else is history. So, Mike, great question. Number two, close related to this, Rochelle Yeagers. Rochelle Yeagers asked this question right here. What are you most excited to go deeper on in the next year? What are you most excited to go deeper on in the next year? Rochelle's with V-Fit Studio up in Mammoth Lakes, California. Beautiful Mammoth Lakes. She has a retreat herself. She's in my platinum level mastermind group. She's part of my Soul Fuel team. A beautiful soul. And definitely follow her on IG as well. What are you most excited to go deeper on in the next year? Number one is, because I'm in retreat mode right now, my Montana retreat. Guys, I can't emphasize enough. Book it now. Like, there's a waiting list or an interest list, shall I say, an interest list for Montana. It's November 13th to the 16th in Whitefish, Montana. There's so many reasons why you want to be at retreat, including just being in Whitefish. Montana is amazing. It's an amazing town. It's an amazing venue that we're at the lodge. And then we have an incredible venue. We always put on 3 days of just absolute glory on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, relationally. Montana retreat is something that I'm excited right now to go deeper on here in the next 6 months. And I want to encourage, for those of you who are even thinking about it, is bring your spouses or your significant others. Some people have brought their kids. Some people who did not bring their spouses, they're like, dang, I wish I would have brought my spouse to this so they could share in the same experience. So certainly take a look at that. We've got the interest sheet now. All of the information will come out in the next month or so with the specifics on Montana. Not till November, but it takes a lot of planning in advance. The second thing I'd say, Rochelle, is coaching. Like, I'm excited for coaching because I recently realigned our coaching groups, like the mastermind group, and I consolidated and realigned so that I can go deeper and that my coaching could be even more impactful, the way I deliver my monthly huddles and our platinum level calls, because we have 3 different groups now. We have our fit pros and trainers. That's a group. We have life coaches and life coaching. We've got an amazing group of life coaches, and our next certification for life coaches, for those of you who are trainers or have other occupations and you want to go into life coaching, that'll come up here in September of this year. So in a few months, we have our next life coaching certification, but I have a group that I continue to coach who are life coaches who want more wisdom on how to deliver and grow your life coaching business. And then the third and final coaching group are the executives, the leaders and CEOs whom I coach. And Tom Dexter helps me with that group because he's a wonderful exec CEO level person. We go deep on all aspects of balancing the personal and the executive leadership side of things as well. So I've realigned that just a couple months ago, and we've gone deeper and deeper. And the reason I say I'm sharing and want to go deeper is because I built our team out, the team at TDE, and we've got more people on the team. We've got 5 coaches between Jill and Lisa and Frank and Jess and Tom Dexter. We've got 5 coaches who are helping me lead each of those groups. And those groups are filled with great people who want to grow in the respective fields. So, for me, coaching, it's only going to get deeper. And the more retreats we had, like we had our platinum level retreat here in early May, and we're going to have some upcoming ones at our Perform Better events. And then, of course, the big one in Montana is our annual event. And anyone listening to the podcast, is welcome to come to that as well. You weren't meant to do life or business alone. Hey guys, what's up here? Join the Todd Durkin High Performance Mastermind group today. It's where faith-driven leaders grow stronger and together. And right now, new members get a free ticket to our life-changing, life-transforming 3-day retreat this November 13th to the 16th in beautiful Whitefish, Montana. That's a $999 value, completely free. That's not a mistake. By joining the Mastermind group today, you get the retreat for free. This offer expires May 31st, 2025. Don't delay. Join today. Visit todddurkin.com/TD Mastermind. That's todddurkin.com/TD Mastermind to book your free strategy call and start your next chapter today. And don't forget, you got to be in the room. I'll see you in Montana. And lastly, number 3, Rochelle, what are you most excited to go deeper on next year? Undoubtedly, Impact X performance. I spend now probably 50, 60% of my time on Impact X performance, not with just our 7 awesome franchisees and helping them grow and become more successful, but also in those whom are looking to become part of IXP or Impact X performance. In growing this, it's just a year old this month of May 2025, just a year old. And we've got 4 pillars, right? We've got our fitness, we got a recovery, we have life coaching, and we have faith. So faith, fitness, recovery, and life coaching. And what I always say is like fitness and recovery are tangible. You can, when you work out, you feel that you worked out. And when you do recovery, you get in the cold plunge or you get in the sauna or you put your compression boots on, you can feel that. So we can relate and it resonates. When you're doing life coaching, it's more virtual like this, whether you're watching on YouTube right now or you're listening in your ears. Life coaching, sometimes you don't feel it tangibly or kinesthetically. And faith is what? Believing when you don't see. But I've always led a faith-based business, and everything that I do, I give up to God, and God runs the show, not me. I just try to do and follow the commands. So with IXP, we're growing that out, and I'm really excited. We've got some great potential folks who are going to be Impact X Performance franchise business owners, and this is open for anyone around the country, but definitely we'll be going deeper here in 2025 with all of our initiatives as well. And if that's something that you're interested in, certainly look me up, hit me up, and get you all the information how we could bring IXP and the Lighthouse to your community also. Next question on this comes from Vicky Cable, Hopeful Horizons Cancer Coaching, and she's in Lawrence, Kansas, on that. So when we look at what Vicky asked here, what mindset shift made the biggest difference for you when you first started your business? What mindset shift made the biggest difference when you started? You know what I'd say here, Vicky, is jump. The mindset to jump. Like, you don't always know all the answers. And I always say this even now. I don't always know all the answers. And even when you do know all the answers, it's still going to be scary, and you still got to jump. Sign a dotted line. Use fear to propel you in action. Heck, you listened early on here to the show when I was spitting fire at you. I talked about how you got to use fear as fuel. And when you have doubt and fear and hate, sometimes like you got to use that fear or doubt or hate sometimes to propel you into action, because action begets action and action begets results. So the mindset is jump. Like, you got to just go for it and be willing to make the mistakes. Or the second aspect I talked about was failing forward, right? On that. So that's a huge aspect. And what daily habits or thought patterns helped you stay grounded and confident as a new business owner? And as Vicky Cable gets ready to, as she's launching her cancer coaching, those who have had cancer, she's coaching them through the process as a 2-time cancer survivor and a wonderful human being. Just came out with a book. Number 1, by the way, number 1 best-selling book on that. Look her up, Vicky Cable. I'll put it in the show notes. Is what I would say is the thought pattern or habit was when I was getting started something that kept me grounded and confident, especially the confidence aspect, was having that growth mindset by being part of a coaching group. Because for the better part of 25 years, I've always been part of a coaching group. I've not only led my own groups, and now this is our 18th year of the Todd Durkin Mastermind Group. 18 years I've been coaching. But before I started coaching, I was part of a group, and I've been part of groups while leading my own group so that I can keep my mind sharp and I can feed me as well. So the growth mindset, at first it was Phil Kaplan and Kelly Calabrese. Shout out to Phil and Kelly for way back in the day. This was like 2004 and 5 and 6. And it was Allie Brown. Allie Brown, I've talked about her and what she helped me with back in the day. And then it was Robin Sharma. Love Robin Sharma. I've had him on the podcast before. But I did several years of coaching with Robin. I've always given him credit as one of my mentors and someone I look up to. And I've learned a lot from Robin Sharma. And then it was Joe Polish. And then now it's Allison Maslin. And it's always been someone I've had this growth mindset. And I think that's something you can anchor yourself in is who do you resonate with? And what coach in what area? Sometimes it's business, sometimes it's leadership, sometimes personal growth, sometimes it's all of it. Our mastermind is a little bit of everything, and we've got experts all around us that can help in that. And then lastly, I'd say this is the power of getting away. Like this is a habit of getting away because remember your clarity sometimes comes when you're away from the office, when you're away from the gym or away from your accounting office or your attorney office that you lead or you manage or that you own. Like getting away, and for me, it's getting in the mountains, but it might be the beach for you, the lake, the river, whatever it is for you. But when I get away in the mountains, that's why I always go to Whitefish for our retreats is getting away provides the clarity and the ahas because when you're not consciously thinking about it, your subconscious mind gets released and then you bubble up with amazing thoughts and dreams and visions on that as well. And then, let me just mention one more to stay grounded. Staying in touch with the people. Like really staying in touch, making sure that everyone knows that who you work with, that they're the most important person in the room. Everyone you work with. It doesn't matter how busy you are or you're not, but what I always say is be where your boots are at. Be where your boots are at. How do you be where your boots are at if you have 3, 4, 5, 7 things going on? It takes a skill set and it takes mindfulness and awareness to be where your boots are at. So right now, as I look in the camera, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm right here right now delivering this message for you on the podcast listening in. In an hour from now, when I go train my athletes, I'm going to be 100% dialed into being where I'm at right there in that session, not worrying about what I've got to do later on in the day. So being where you're at. Right? Being where you're at. And that becomes a skill set as well. So great question, Vicky Cable, Hopeful Horizons Cancer Coaching in Lawrence, Kansas. Next up, Megan Ritchie. And we're going up to the state of Washington here. Megan, Manthe Momentum Sports Performance Training, Megan Ritchie. She asked, if you had a recent college graduate reach out because they were interested in a career in fitness, but did not have any certifications, where would you encourage them to begin? Good question, Megan. Great to have you in the retreat. What I would say is this. Number one, whether you have a certification or not, an internship is always a great place to start, whether that be a 20, 50, 100, or 500-hour internship. Internships are always a great way to really dive in and see, is this something that, number one, the intern really does want to get involved with, or two, you as an employer may want to hire that as well. We've had successful internship programs at Fitness Quest 10 for, the better part of 20 years. We have internships now at Impact X Performance. So if you're a coach or trainer and don't live in San Diego, but want an internship, reach out to me and I'll set you up with one of our 7 or soon to be more IXP locations. Number 2 is get a certification. Why? Well, because number one, that's going to allow you to start working with people and training people. Recently, as I mentioned, I had NASM on. I recently started working with NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine. and I'm delivering them monthly content. And these are for all of the trainers who are NASM certified. So if you're an NASM certified trainer, you may have access to receive the content that I'm delivering monthly, just as if you're my mastermind group. If you're an NASM trainer, you're receiving that. I'm always like, get a certification. Go to a national organization like NASM and get your certification, because you're going to learn a lot in the certification process. And that's also going to allow you to officially start to work with clients and train them, because the only way you're going to know if you really want to train people is to train people and say, man, I really love this, or I don't love this, or I want to do group exercise training, or I want to get into nutrition on that. And then number 3 is find a mentor. I'm a huge believer in mentors. I just said it earlier, so I'm not going to continue to beat on that. But find a mentor, and whether that's me or whether that's anyone else, find people who have done it, been there, doing it still, or sign up for my mastermind program. While this podcast serves as somewhat as a mentorship type program for you, it's not as deep as one would need to go to really become great in the field. The Mastermind Mentorship Program is certainly one way to go deeper if you're looking to go deeper within fitness or sport training, or in the recovery fields as well. So the Mastermind Program certainly is one way. And then just get a job. Get a job in fitness. Again, it doesn't even need to be as a trainer. You might just get a job at the front desk at your local studio, health club, recovery center. Now there's so many studios popping up everywhere, but get a job in fitness, because even working at the front desk, it's a crucial job. It's an absolute pivotal job on that. I look at my business partner at Fitness Quest 10, Jeff Bristol. He started at the front desk. He worked the front desk for years. He worked his way into becoming a trainer and then becoming our busiest trainer, working into admin and the assistant GM and then the GM and then becoming a partner at FQ10. He started at the front desk. So, his path was 10 years. And that's what God had planned for him on this 10-year journey. But get a job in fitness. It doesn't need to be a 10-year journey. It might be a 6-month, 1-year, 3-year journey for you, but get a job in that. Megan, great question for all of our recent college graduates. Congratulations, all you recent college grads, or people who are going through a life transition and you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s. You're like, man, I hate my job. I got to get a new job. And I want to become a trainer or I want to become a group exercise instructor. Next up, Sarah Stack. We're going down to the Who Dat Nation, Sarah Stack, New Orleans, Louisiana. She's Coach Sarah Stack, owner of Power and Grace, and she's the head coach at South Shore Performance Training. She asks tips or best practices for compartmentalizing the various parts of your business. So Sarah is a busy woman because she's coaching a lot of athletes. She's podcasting. She just wrote another book. She's part of the Coaching Greatness book. She's got her own book. She's delivering talks and motivational speeches. Oh, and she's asking also, how do you take care of yourself while doing all of this as well? Anyone else have the same problem? Sarah, it was great to have you out here in San Diego. Thank you for the question. It's going to certainly resonate with many of our listeners today of how do you do it all, right? And it comes down to this. For those of you who are busy, every one of them. Every one of you is busy. Everyone's busy, and no one's busier than anyone else. I'm as busy as you are. You're as busy as me because everyone's busy and we all have 24/7. It comes down to scheduling. It comes down to scheduling and your priorities. What gets scheduled gets done. If you want something done, ask a busy person. If you were to look at my planner here, my GSD planner, it's very, very, very organized and calculated of what I'm going to be doing every darn hour. I like to break it into 20-minute segments sometimes. But let me ask you these questions for you that are like, yeah, I got 3, 4, 5 different interests. What do you most love to do? What do you most love to do? Like, I love to train. I talked about that earlier. I love to train. I love to write. That's why I still write all the emails, and I love to write books and that. I love podcasting. I love this right now, this time with you where I can connect from people all over the world. I think the last count was 38 different countries are listening to the TD Impact Show podcast. So podcasting, and I love delivering keynote speeches. Man, when I'm up on a stage and I get to deliver 60 minutes of just absolute fire for whether it be 10 people, 100 people, or 1,000 people, I love that. But it comes down to how I schedule my time and organize my time by what events are coming up on that, and the team that's around you that can help you do what you do so you can stay doing the main thing, right? The question that I often ask myself is, how can I make the biggest impact on the most amount of people that I serve? But then you might be like, well, yeah, then why do you do one-on-one training? And the answer is because I love it. And that one person who I'm training often gives me the intel and insights on how I can then train 10 people or 1,000 people or speak to that. So ask yourself, how can you make the biggest impact on the most amount of people you serve, or if least in your community? How can you be the local community hero or the mayor of your town, so to speak, of like, how do you reach more people? And then the final question here, Sarah Stack, is asking yourself, and this comes back to legacy. Thank you, Mama Durkin. Comes back to just, how can you serve even more? How can you serve even more? Serving might not mean training. It might not mean doing more accounting, or if you're a lawyer, law, sessions with your clients. How can you serve even more? I just got to ask a question that I'm seriously considering. I got to ask the question that I won't give you all the details, but it's to go up to San Quentin State Prison. This is the baddest of the bad dudes and dudettes, to deliver a talk inside of San Quentin to help these prisoners have hope. And I was literally praying about this last night, like, what an opportunity. Like, this isn't one that's a paid speaking gig or anything like that. It's serving more people. Like, I went to after the fact of not being fearful of going in or what I'm going to see, but it's like, what is that feeling going to be like when I get out, and how fulfilled I'm going to be? And while I said earlier on, like, don't base all your decisions on feelings, I also know part of feelings is fulfillment. And are you going to be fulfilled by doing what you want to do? And that's when I'm like, man, if I can do this, I'm going to do everything I can to do it. So I'll keep you posted on that. I'm not sure I'm going to. It literally just came up yesterday. So Sarah, that great question. Number 6 of 7, Sarah Lloyd, East Coast, Greater Life Coaching. Thank you, Sarah Lloyd. Does your divine uniqueness change during your life? Or is it just a matter of uncovering it? That's a great question. That's a deep question. It shows you a little bit of the soul that happened here this weekend at our retreat, when I asked our people, as I was leading them through what was called a high performance retreat on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually on that. And Sarah, Greater Life Coaching, asked that, does it change, or is it a matter of uncovering it? I think your divine uniqueness expands. I think it expands. I don't think it necessarily changes, but I think you do uncover it more and more and more, and you peel layers off it. And let me give you an example or a story, if I may. When I got started at Fitness Quest 10 in year 2000, I really didn't even know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to help people. I wanted to serve people. And I knew it was like, I didn't know if it was as a doctor or a physical therapist, but hey, let me try this training thing. No clients, no money, no business plan. And through the years, it was like, man, I love coaching. And then a few years back, I shared a few of the episodes on discovering your divine uniqueness. And I shared some unique things that happened in this when I was talking to Pastor Jeremiah about discovering your divine uniqueness, which for me is as a mindset coach. I am a coach. And the reason why I say that is because I think it expands, is because people are always like, man, how do you do all the different roles that you do? How do you play them out? I'm like, well, I really have one divine uniqueness. I just do it in different venues, because I'm a mindset coach. I'm a coach who loves to get in the heart and soul of people. And I do that in the training room. When I'm in the weight room and I'm changing lives, that's part of my mission. But I'm also a mindset coach and helping people when I'm on a podcast. Like, does this podcast inspire you? Did that spit and fire get into your heart and soul? Hopefully it did. When I'm on stage, my purpose on stage as a quote speaker is I'm coaching someone to hopefully make a transformation in their life by making a decision and changing habits or changing a relationship or saving a marriage or going deeper in one's faith walk or spiritual journey on that. So I think it expands. And when you ask yourself the question, like, where am I going to be in 10 years from now? I don't think I'm going to be doing something completely different as it relates to my divine uniqueness. In some way, it's going to be coaching. At Impact X Performance, I'll be coaching more. I'll be coaching more franchise business owners to max success. I don't know if I'll still be coaching at the level I'm coaching athletes now because I'm still in the trenches quite a bit, but I love coaching. I'm going to hopefully be doing more motivational keynote speeches where there's 500,000, 5,000 people, and it's more transformational from the platform and getting in people's minds, bodies, and souls on that. But I think it expands. Sarah Lloyd, great question. Continue to do some soul searching for your divine uniqueness as well. And then lastly, number 7, Bobby Kelly. I love it. Bobby Kelly over in Arizona, in Phoenix, Results Only Fitness. And BK asks, hey, he says, TD, in the turbulent times that are 2025, what would you advise your listeners to do to find more personal clarity? Where would you start? Who would you reach to? What steps would you take to get off being stuck? BK, you asked 3 questions. All right. That's what I love about you, brother. Asking 3 questions, not just one on this. Actually, I have one more after this. But BK, here's what I'd say. Number 1, get away again. Get away. When you're trying to find clarity, personal clarity in turbulent times, in busyness, it's not typically found in your office. It's getting away and writing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to encourage you, anyone who wants more of that, is to pick up the God-Sized Dreams Planner, your annual strategic plan. And you're like, Todd, it's May, it's June, it's July, it's August when I'm listening to this. It doesn't matter. Pick up your annual strategic plan 2025 and answer the questions. If you already have that, go back to it and look at what you answered in December or January 2025 on that, because it evolves, because you evolve, you go deeper on that. I'm also going to implore you to talk to your spouse. Talk to your significant other. Let them know what your dreams and aspirations are. Let them know where you're deliberating. Let them know what you're fearing. Let them know the inside, because now all of a sudden you have a cohort with you along the journey with you, and you don't feel like you're just in your head. And then pray about it. Like literally pray about it, and not pray one time, dear God, help me get clarity on this situation. Should I do this or should I do that or not? Like pray about it over weeks and months, if not years sometimes, but you got to pray about it. And prayer, remember, is conversation, and prayer involves not just talking to God, but prayer involves listening to God, and listening means sitting quietly. And that's really hard for us human beings, to sit quietly and listen, because we get distractions and thoughts, or we want the music on all the time. So prayer could mean certainly talking to God for a few minutes and then just having silence and listening. Get out in nature, go for the walk on the beach, or get in the mountains and go for a hike on that. And then don't forget what I said in that spit and fire. You got to work hard at what you love to do. You got to work hard. So yeah, you got to dream hard. You got to have these big, grandiose visions, but you can't let your prayers and your dreams be so big that your work ethic doesn't match that. At the end of the day, you got to work for what you get, right? You're not just going to be ordained at it and it just happens. You got to work your tail off, and no one knows how hard you work, because most people work way harder than people give them credit for, like, because you're working on that. And if not, then pick it up, but find a way to get it done. So BK, great job. Results Only Fitness. Love Bobby Kelly. Heck, Bobby Kelly and I go way back. Speaking of Allie Brown, we first met I don't even know when that was, 2005, I think it was, when we first met, and have known him ever since. He's a huge part of the Mastermind group. He's a great coach, doing some awesome things over there in Phoenix on a lot of levels. So BK, thank you for the question on that. The last question of the day, I guess this is number 8, if I'm not mistaken. My goodness, is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Kristen Silva, Chief Joy Officer at Kristen Silva Inc. I love that. The Chief Joy Officer. Do we have any other Chief Joy Officers? She's in charge of finding joy for her people. I love that. What's the best way that your community and followers can best serve you, TD, and give back to you in your mission? Kristen Silva, that's awesome. Thank you. Talk about selfless. Kristen Silva, thank you. Best way that your community and followers can best serve you, TD, and give back to you. I don't have this scripted out. So I guess I would say this. Number 1, thank you for listening. Each and every one of you, thank you for listening. Your ears, your oxygen right now, you listening, I want to say thank you. Thank you for listening. I know you are busy like everyone else, but thank you for listening to this podcast today. I guess if there's anything that you guys could help with would be this. Number 1, please share this podcast. If it was valuable today or a recent episode, please share this episode today. If you found value in it, or even the spit and fire, or one of these questions, you want to forward it to a family member, colleague, coworker, please share it. Also, maybe you've already done this, but I say it every now and then. Please give us a 5-star rating and write a review for this podcast. Why? Because part of our mission is to change more lives, to reach more people, and impact 100 million, not 10, 100 million people. 100 million people. I can't do that alone. That's going to require you to step up, and you continue to impact people in your community. And the more you can help out the cause, and I can help you, you can help me, please rate the podcast, give it a 5-star rating, write a review, and then and that helps. And I guess if there's one more kind of fun thing is if I could say, Kristen Silva, for asking that, is depending on where you're at right now in your walk in life, get to a retreat. Get to the Montana retreat. Put the save the date now, November 13th to the 16th. And I mean that. I know what happens at these retreats. I always talk about be in the room. You got to be in the room. You got to be in the room. Listen, I know the sacrifice and commitment it takes to be in the room. I know that it takes getting on a flight and being around people sometimes you don't know. We have the best people, the most amazing people on the planet that come to our events that are people from everyday walks of life like you who yearn to be their absolute best. And I just can't implore you enough. If nothing else, sign up for the Mastermind group. The coaches, our 5 coaches, myself, the TD team, and those who make up the Mastermind group are the best people on the planet. And I mean that. Like, we've got such soulful people who love doing what they love to do, and they love helping, and ultimately they want to make even more impact. And if you're like, I don't know what I want to do, then hop on a call with Kelly Watson. Kelly's my director of coaching, and I've always said she's the best coach of anyone I know. She's an amazing soul. And hop on a call with Kelly. You can simply just DM me or Kelly Watson. I'll put all her information in the show notes. And Kelly can guide you if there's a certain mastermind level that's right for you, or you need one-on-one coaching with myself or her or one of our coaches. We can help you with that. But doing nothing is not making progress. Doing nothing is not making progress. Reach out to Kelly. Sign up for the retreat if you can. If you don't want to wait till November, then get in the Mastermind group on that. So I guess that would be my answer, Kristen Silva. Thank you for asking that question. That's what it often takes, and I've shared this before, is, I can't tell you how many people will call me and say, hey, I want to be on the podcast. Well, I always say is, like, when you want something is, how can you serve someone? And that's what Kristen's coming, like, hey, how can we serve you? I guess those are a couple quick things, is share the podcast, rate the podcast, give us a great rating and review, and then just become even a deeper part of our ecosystem between the Mastermind and between the retreats. I can't tell you The great people who are in this group right now are just incredible. So come back in or become part of it. We have a great group. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap up today's show and say thank you again for listening in. I hope it served you in some way, whether right now you want to make sure that this is your turnaround season and you flip the switch and you get ready to rock and roll. Flipping the switch, you can just go back and listen to the beginning of this. Sometimes just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes of flipping the switch, or any of these eight questions are going to serve you in some way. I want to say thank you. Thank you for being you. Until next time, remember, you got to train hard. You must eat right. Live inspired always, and go create impact. Today's Todd Durkin Impact Show podcast is brought to you by Impact X Performance. Are you ready to change more lives? Do you want to be part of a dynamic team dedicated to changing the world? And are you ready to step into the next chapter of your life where you can impact even more people? If so, today is the day. That's right, my friends. Impact X Performance is dedicated to be a cutting-edge facility where we can bring you fitness, recovery, faith, and life coaching all under one roof. If you're looking to create even more impact in your community, today is the day. Visit ImpactXFranchise.com. That's ImpactXFranchise.com, and take a look at all of the opportunities that exist for you to create even more impact. That's ImpactXFranchise.com. I'll see you there.